Hey guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport, just at the shop today. And I had to pull that truck out right there. It's causing a bunch of smoke and I got to put injectors on it. But anyways, so welcome to our shop. I'm going to go over, we built a Faraday cage, or in the process of almost finishing it. So we got our two ATVs in there. We call them the murder machines. Picked those up and we cammied them up and got them both for $2,100. But anyways, and then we welded these brackets on it and the gun mounts and everything. So, but anyways, this, I'll back up here so you guys can see it. So that is all made out of old pallets. The guy we rent our shop from, he owns a lumber company. I went over by his place and asked him if he had a bunch of pallets he didn't need. So I was fortunate enough that this back one is one complete long pallet. This bottom one, excuse my dirty hands, this bottom one is a complete pallet. The front one is a complete pallet. And then this side on the bottom is a complete pallet. So I had to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces to make it fit. And then we still got one left over. But anyways, but we put all of our electrical stuff in here. We got a big 5500 watt 5550 generator. We got another small generator down there, our chainsaw, our welder, our torpedo heater, power tools, all of our cordless stuff, lights. I even put our microwave in there. Don't think I'm gonna need that, but in case I want to heat up some popcorn to watch the show when it begins. And then some fans, and I even put extension cords in there. And this is what I recommend you guys get in as well. So that right there is a solar powered generator. And we bought it on eBay a few months ago for solar power. And then it was about, I think it was $700, I believe. He wanted 8, but I offered him 7. It's all brand new, and it comes with that holding case down there, all the wires, a battery, a nice battery, the power inverter, 100-watt solar panel, the cables and fuses. I could have made it for about a little over $500. I think after I priced it out with the marine battery and everything, it was like $550. So I overpaid $150, $200 or whatever, but still, that was a few months ago, and I was kind of worried because I sleep with a CPAP machine and everything. So I would recommend, if you guys can afford it, to get one of those solar powered generators. And then, like I said, we have 2 regular gas generators as well, and we got quite a bit of fuel for the stuff. But I don't. And then another. So we'll get back there. But then also we have a. I would also recommend this if you're a prepper. Have a cutting torch right there. That might come in handy in the future. And then also so I'm charging our last battery, and then I'm gonna put the battery charger into the Faraday cage when it's done. And I'm charging our ham radios right now. And I'm gonna wrap those in aluminum foil. The reason why I showed that stuff to you is, before you put your lights and stuff like that, charge them before you put them in here. Charge all your cordless devices, your battery powered lights, or your rechargeable lights. Sorry, anything that that needs power. If you can charge it, go ahead and charge it before you put it in there. Because if it does happen, I hope, God forbid, I hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, when you pop this big present open, you're going to have all charged tools. And then you're not going to, if you do have a generator, or if you do have a solar powered generator or a regular gas generator, you're not wasting your time charging your tools. So definitely do that while you have power or access to power, because they say something's coming very soon. So I haven't seen anybody who's made a Faraday cage this big, and it didn't cost. My wife, we got 25 rolls of aluminum foil at the dollar store. So, and there's quite a bit. There's some smaller rolls, but there's 100 square foot rolls. So I think 25 should be enough. But anyways, let's get into what we did here. And I stopped just because I wanted to show you guys the process of what I did. And I don't know if it's correct. Nobody's gone through an EMP or a solar flare or anything like that, or whatever. So anyways, nobody on this planet that I'm aware of is still alive that went through the Carrington event in 1893 or 1873 or whatever. And I even put extension cords in here. I don't know if that's necessary, but fuck it, I don't care. We put lights and obviously our plug-in lights and torches and shit. I don't know if that's going to be affected, but we don't know, because how are you going to know if you've never gone through an EMP before? How do you know what's going to be affected and what's not going to be affected? So I'm not going to take any chances. I even put an old alternator in there and stuff like that. So it's working, but it's old, obviously. So anyways, what we did was I ran a piece of aluminum without any seams. I just ran it the whole length of the pallet from one end to the other. And then I ran another all the way down. So on all four sides, I ran a piece of aluminum underneath the pallet before I placed the pallet down. You can see right there. So I laid it flat on the ground, and then I put the pallet on top. And then, I overran the corners. You want to overrun all your seams, and try to have as the minimum amount of seams as possible. And then what I did is I ran another piece over that on the bottom, as you can see. So that's obviously where I ended. We got a fuel leak on my wife's ATV. It's fucking pissing me off. I just found it this morning when I came in. I'm like, I'm not pulling that fucker out now. But anyways, so that's how it looks. I'm just taking duct tape and I'm holding it. Obviously you don't, I'm using, I used a staple gun just to pop one staple in, just so that it wouldn't keep falling down, because obviously you can see I ran it up on the side. But I won't use any staples on the outside now. I just did them on the inside to hold them so it wouldn't fall down. And I just used, you're gonna have to use duct tape. They say you don't want any holes in this, so be very careful when you run this aluminum foil. Obviously it's very fragile. But if you take your time and you run it, and you, like I said, take your time and don't rip it. Do not rip it, because then you're going to have to take it and you're going to have to overlap that seam. Like I did here. See how I did here? I overran the seam and then I just crumpled it up. So my next layer is going to overlap it. So it's going to start from here and it's going to go down. And it's going to overlap about 3 inches all the way around. So it's going to be, if you're a contractor, you know anything, kind of like this, it's overlapped, right? So you want to overlap your seam about 3 inches. So, okay, here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm sure you already know what I'm talking about, but I like to be detailed. So I'm going to take my next layer and I'm going to run it over like that. Okay? And then I'm going to duct tape it, just like I did the ground. I'm going to duct tape all my seams. So you're going to try to use, like I said, the whole roll without ending. So like I started at that corner and I had a 25 square foot roll and it went all the way around and ended there. So that's what you want to do. Now my next one, I'll overlap it again about 3 or 4 inches, maybe even a little more, and then all the way over. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. It seems like the fuel might be kind of gluing it to the floor, but I'm pretty pissed off about that. But I figure the stuff that I've read and watched, you know, when it's grounded to the ground, then that's where your protection comes in play. And then after I'm done, once I get up this wall, probably up to about here, I'm gonna throw those pieces of plywood on the top, and I'm just gonna overlap them. I don't give a fuck about. I'm done cutting now. So we had those sitting around the shop. So I'm just gonna run them this way. So it's 3 pieces. It's like 8.5 foot long. So, and I had to make it that long because we welded all these brackets on our ATVs on the fronts and the backs. So, as you can see in the back there too. But anyway, so that made the ATVs very long, so we can carry a lot of stuff with it. So, but anyways, so back to the point. Overlap every seam that you have, and once, like I said, I just used a couple staples here and there just so it wouldn't, when I ran it up the wall, I didn't want to have it keep falling down. Do not use any staples on the outside from this point. Use duct tape or whatever kind of tape you can use that's going to stick very well. And then, like I said, my next roll, I'm just going to run it, and I'm going to finish up this bottom. I figure I'd do a video first. But this is, it kills me about these guys. They got that one knucklehead. I don't even forgot his name, but he's a blonde-haired dude, sits on his fucking lawn chair and just sits there and talks doom and gloom and everything else. I see these guys out here that, you know, talk about prepping and all this stuff and what they can do and what they have and everything else. I show you guys what we got. I show you guys what we do. And you wouldn't want to see the amount of weapons and ammo we have. So we got enough fuel, we got enough people. So I don't give a fuck about if I show you guys what we have. You don't really know where we are anyway. So, but yeah, we're in Wisconsin, but you have to find us. So, but anyways, my point being is, you see all these preppers, all these doom people, this and that. Oh, I can do this and I can do that, and you know, this is what I have. Show me. I didn't look it up either, though. I mean, a Faraday cage is a Faraday cage. So whether it's this big or it's a small little box. I'll show you my very first Faraday cage I made. And wait till you see this bad boy. This thing is pretty fucking cool. That's my Faraday cage, my very first one for our radios. So you go from that into a big ass box. It's a little different. So, but a Faraday cage is a Faraday cage. I mean, just like I said, when you run your aluminum foil, don't rip it. Be very, very gentle with it. Take your time. It's not a race. And do it correctly. You don't want to have to do all this work if you're going to do one. You don't want to have to do all this work, and because you rushed it and you have a hole here or a rip here and you're just like, fuck it. No, don't do that. And like I said, try to go with the least amount of seams as possible would make the most sense to me, and overlap all your seams. And like I said, when you're on the ground, tape it down. So, and then here's, I did a video on our bug out trailer. That was a bitch to get in there with that wall right there. And that thing was a beast to get in there. It fit just perfect. But anyways, we bought this from an auction, and I cut the windows in and installed lights. And I'll take you inside. And there's a power cord. Oh, and another thing about that big ass box, it's a dual purpose box. Now you got yourself a bunch of firewood. So that's a plus. Now that's probably a couple days worth of firewood. So, and then I kept the scraps obviously for firewood. So it's dual purpose, right? So welcome to our shaggin' wagon. Oh. All right, so in this back door wasn't here. I made this back door. It's a double open door, so the top flips up and the bottom folds down. And we got these chains here on both sides that we can you could bring the back ramp completely straight like a porch, or you can bring it all the way down to the ground and you can ride an ATV up in here. Then also, I did, this bottom one's probably gonna fall. No, yeah, just like that. I did folding bunks in there. So we got 3 bunks. I mean, yeah, you have to be pretty small for the top, but that's all right. So, anyways, fix this. And I did it so they fold right into each other like that over the wheel wells. Then I ran a power, obviously, and then power for the lights. But we cut that window in, and then obviously when I built the back door, I cut that one in, and then we did like an escape hatch on the top. Then we installed a wood-burning stove, and this is my battery for my lights up top. And then I did a shower stall. I did a pan liner, and then installed a shitter. And we're just going to hang a solar-powered shower bag. And this got real funky. It seemed like after it settled, because I got this whole thing, the roof was, the top was really the most difficult, because I did this all by myself. So trying to hold that up, and it goes on an angle, like, or kind of slopes or ovals a little bit, rounded. That was pretty hard. I had a 6-foot ladder in here and trying to push this up, and there's insulation. I think I did 19 bags of insulation in here. And I know it's pretty rudimentary, but I'll tell you one thing, it'll work. It'll work if you got to hook up the pickup and roll. So, but what I did was when I did the shitter, never been used, I didn't go with a tank. So I have the regular tank seal here. I just got to install it. But I did a wash tub up here, just like a regular dish drainer. I installed a piece of wood down here, and then that way you could fill it up with water, wash your hands after you're done with your business, flip the top, and then your water will run down into your toilet, and that'll be how you flush your toilet. So then you didn't have to worry about the tank, jiggling and breaking or anything like that. So it was a lot easier just to put the regular elongated toilet in here. And then we have a shower curtain up here that just ran PVC. So then obviously it folds down behind the wall. So I ran the pan liner just about halfway up the wall. And then the pan liner also runs up behind this plastic wall. So, but anyways, I just wanted to show you guys our bug out trailer. And so I also have something else. So I'm kind of, I guess I should have just, but this is what's kind of cool about our shop. I like our shop a lot. It's very roomy, and we could definitely hang out here if we had to, but that's not our plan. But as far as for the Faraday cage, if you look at all of our walls and ceilings, they're all metal already. Everything is all metal already throughout the whole thing. And I know the seams aren't tight and they're not wrapped, but when you see the outside, there's a metal roof up there, and then obviously metal outside. Metal doors, everything's metal. So it's almost like a Faraday cage in a Faraday cage. So I don't know, we'll park a semi in here, just to, make sure that we have, if it does work. If it doesn't, we just release the brakes and pull it out. But my thought on this is a Faraday cage in a Faraday cage. And then, like I said, you have firewood for a bonus. But like I said, man, these preppers out here just talking shit and, I'm not going to tell you what I got, or I don't want anybody to know my plan. I'm not giving you guys my plan. I'm just showing you. I'm not a sayer, man. I'm a doer. So, this has cost us a lot of money, and it's cost me a lot of fucking work. So, and I don't do this just because I like it. I do it because it's necessary. And like I said, if you want to, like I said, I haven't seen anybody do this, but if you do decide to do it, you need to do it quick, because if you guys listen to the debate, Joe Biden's saying it's going to be a dark winter. He said it twice. So there's people out on YouTube talking about how it's code. So, and but anyways, I'm done yapping. I just wanted to show you how to make a big Faraday cage. And like I said, it's basically just a circular saw, a tape measure, a marker, and a level, and just some common sense, really. Just kind of put it together, or stop and look at it, and I'll walk around it one more time so you can see it in case you want to build one yourself out of some scrap pallets. I'm a little worried about the aluminum foil on these open areas, but like I said, just take your time and don't rip it, man. Just don't rip it. So, but anyways, I hope this video finds you guys well. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Ciao.